never acting. I always focused on modeling, and then I did various other things like Big Boss and Khatron Ke Khiladi and those kind of projects. I think people move on very fast. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Good. Namaste. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, Gaurika. Thank you so much for having me.
First of all, I want to congratulate on, the third season of Mismatched.
It is something that I think everybody is looking forward to, especially the youngsters between 20 and 30, because the whole story, the way things have panned out, I think it's very relatable to that generation.
So, over these years, we have seen you doing quality over quantity, and you've been very choosy about the projects, but sahi choose kiye, no doubt. So, people have really loved your work and everything you do. I mean, they admire you a lot.
I always focused on modeling, and then I did various other things like Big Boss and Khatron Ke Khiladi and those kind of projects. And
Yeah.
now, recently, pageant called Marvelous Mrs. India, of which two seasons are over, and now I'm working on the third season. So the focus has not been just pure acting, but I have kind of done various other things.
And many people, many people, we have seen that उन्होंने give up कर दिया in the midway, and others they hustle a lot, they struggle a lot. So, what is your mantra of being positive, optimistic in this industry?
Yeah. So what happens is that in this industry, especially in this industry, and I've thought about this a lot, luck plays a very crucial part. You know, you might be extremely good looking, you might be super talented, you might have everything going for you. If that role that you have done, or the film or OTT series, does not do well, then your career might not take off. At times there is a very short role in a very big film or a OTT series which might just click. So with me, what happened, because I was doing so many other things, I was okay. For me, it was not like, of course, I always give my 100%, and whether this is India, I want to be a success. So where acting was concerned, because I knew of this pitfall, I never focused, because I knew that if I was fully focused on that and I didn't do anything else, I knew that I can always go back and fall back on my education.
All right. So, what is your mantra? I mean, is there any tip you want to give to the other people, to keep working and don't give up? ऐसा?
See, क्या होता है कि a human mind, na, we tend towards thinking negative thoughts. So in a day,
True.
you
I
think
agree.
about
I strongly agree with you.
think about 60 to 70, 20 to 75% are negative thoughts,
Yeah.
right? And that's why if you see news or if you see all these articles, etc., it's more negative than positive news. The point where it all starts, where you can end your negativity, is becoming aware. So becoming aware of your own thoughts, what you're going through, because most of the times we are not aware of our thinking. It's just going on. You know, they're called automatic negative thoughts. So I call it ants. So
Mm.
how to bring out that awareness is through meditation, through mindfulness. So when you do that, then automatically you start becoming aware of your thoughts.
So also nowadays, what we see is benching situationships, many failed relationships. Also,
The
so
last
what's your
bit,
opinion on
the last
modern
part.
day love?
Um, what I observe is that earlier, uh, like when I was growing up, or somebody went through a heartbreak, it used to be a serious affair. Now, I think people move on very fast. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but one thing which I can say is that today a relationship has become very difficult. Third party involved there really interferes a lot in connection, in human connection. Like if you go to a restaurant, for example, you see that people are most of the times on their phone. They're not talking to somebody who's sitting across, but they're communicating with somebody who's not even there. So that will long bond and nurturing a relationship. And it can be any relationship. I'm not only talking about a romantic relationship. It could be any relationship, your friend, you know,
Yeah.
your parents or your sibling. So that I think is that okay, we need to nurture this relationship like it's a small baby plant. You have to look after
Yeah.
it. Then it can become a big tree.
Yeah. Also, there are a few fan questions, and fans would love, if you would answer a few. So what kind of a diet do you follow?
I'm a vegetarian, and
Yeah.
like for example, just now I was in Goa, so obviously I indulged. We ate out a lot. Today I'm only doing salads and I'm doing dal and I'm, that, so healthy. Basically, I'm avoiding carbs for next few days, and I'll go back to my natural, I mean, homemade normal food.
And what's your favorite cuisine and favorite dish?
Anybody's home food.
Go-to beverage? Is it chai or coffee?
Coffee. I've become a coffee addict in COVID. Before COVID, I was a tea drinker, and somehow in COVID, I can't do without a coffee. But I limit it to only 2 cups a day.
All right. So also, are you watching Big Boss season 18?
No, I'm not. I don't have the time actually. When I participated in Big Boss, Mr. Bachchan was the host, and
Yeah.
so I would again get him back.
So do you manifest things? I mean, do you believe in the power of
I do.
manifestation?
I do. I do. And I've done a lot of work, deep work where all these things are concerned because I practice Vipassana, which is something that I've been doing for last 14 years. I have done 10-day courses, which is of complete silence. And that's something that I learned from one of the gurus, you can call him, where you say to yourself that it would be wonderful if I had my breakfast to be, delicious or scrumptious or whatever. So that way I did my day segmenting today. Then I said to myself that I hope my interview with Gorika goes fantastic, goes very well, goes viral. So you
That's
segment.
so sweet.
So then what happens is, even with that, see, negative things can happen. Like for example, technical glitch did happen. But it didn't bother me because I knew that okay, we're going to go back and we're going to continue our conversation and it's going to be fun. That's what I
Yeah.
already segmented. So this kind of visualization really helps because at the end of the day, you segment one day and you segment the next day and next day. So it becomes a week, and so then
Wow.
things
Yeah.
change.
It's planned
It helps
actually.
me stay positive, even if there are obstacles, even if there are difficulties.
So what's your best collaboration according to you till date? I mean, your best, it could be with an actor or with a director maybe, जो ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट है जो आप कभी नहीं भूल सकते, which will stay forever.
Full Voice Tamdu. It was a Telugu film, which was my first film. And I was completely raw. I had no idea about anything. I didn't know the language, of course. But Pavan Kalyan, who is my hero in that film, and the director, and everybody, generally the set, they were so kind. Nobody made fun because the worry always is that you don't know the language. Telugu is a very difficult language.
Yeah, of
You're
course.
saying the understanding what you're saying. Forget the emoting part, but even that, to say those words and then to emote. Uh, but they were so supportive and they were so kind. So I will always be very grateful for that film. And that, of course, that film was a super duper hit. Even today, I just recently went to Tirupati, and people
Yeah.
over there
Also.
still recognize and they called my name. My character name was Lovely. So they said Lovely, and it was really nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much.